first off, I'd love to ask you about your polyamory. You've been very open about being in polyamorous relationships for long times. And one of the major issues with polyamory is jealousy. So how do you deal with jealousy in your relationships? Or what would you recommend for people who are interested in becoming polyamorous and having a successful relationship?
First and foremost for me, jealousy is a 100% poisonous, unuseful emotion, no matter what your relationship orientation or relationship style. So there is wanting to be in an open relationship and then jealousy. I didn't have the word polyamory when I was growing up, but I never had a monogamous fantasy in my life where other people would have Ken and Barbie weddings. I would have Barbie orgies. I never dreamt of him, I always dreamt of them. Before I ever discovered pornography, and I liked it right away when I found it. It was like I was dreaming of rooms full of naked people and just a wonderful, lots of nudity. I didn't know much about sex, but I just knew the idea sounded really great. I wanted to watch people having sex years before I wanted to do it myself. So I didn't have the word queer or polyamorous or even swinger growing up. But by the time I was 14, I had discovered, in the 70s, I discovered the word exhibitionist and voyeur and swinger. So those are labels I put on myself. I ran into a lot of resistance up until my current marriage because I didn't have the word polyamory. And so all my partners, just because I'm having sex with you didn't mean I wasn't interested in you. So for me, no matter how attached I may have gotten to somebody, it never shut down my sexual desire or interest in other people. So I'm shallow, no, I'm fickle, no, I'm scared of commitment, no, I'm a heartbreaker, no, I'm an evil, whatever. And I felt so guilty. I didn't have enough to say, you know what, fuck you too, I'm going to be who I am, can't deal with it, get out. So I became someone who did not tell the truth about her sexuality to people. I did a lot of cheating or just sleeping with someone once or twice, not mentioning it to the other person. Didn't like that, and I did not. I wanted to be sexual. I didn't want it to be a problem for anybody. I didn't want it to be hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not attracted to this other person in order to mess you up. I'm attracted to the other person because I'm attracted to the other person. I like experience. In my mind, I'm with everybody once. Everybody is interesting to me at least one time. Things being equal for age and hygiene and other things, but in my fantasy world, I would sit with each one of my fans and let them take pictures because I'm fascinated by that first, hello, wow. So jealousy, going back to age 20. So by 20, I was bisexual. I knew that I wanted threesomes and orgies. I've been to an orgy, disastrous experience. And my then boyfriend was also dating somebody else. I think I might have been seeing someone else at the same time. I was consumed with jealousy about this person. And you know a little bit about Hegel, your thesis, your antithesis, they fight, and come up with a synthesis. So my thesis at the time was jealousy is a learned emotion caused by the patriarchy when men did have control of women's bodies. And the antithesis was, well, I was feeling jealous, but I didn't believe in it. The learned emotion. And if I had been normal, heterosexual or monogamous, I would have said, well, it's normal to be jealous. I have a right to my jealousy. You should change your behavior because I feel bad. Didn't have that. Or I could have said, well, I can't have this lifestyle and I'm just not cut out for it. I guess I'm just going to have to go without. Wasn't willing to do that. Had to handle the emotion, had to deal with it. So I couldn't escape through being normal, and I couldn't escape through giving up my fantasies. I had to cope with the feeling. And one day it came to me in an epiphany as I was
in the middle of the jealous fit, trying to find his note from her to him, and it was in the bedroom, so I knew the note. And I think this is a really bad place to be. It's very uncomfortable, it's very uneasy. And it just hit me like out of the blue that my jealousy was about my insecurity and not about him at all. And once I recognized where it was coming from, it popped up this little bubble and never came back. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not jealous and 10 being kill the bitch, envy and pettiness come in at 2. And those feelings, all our feelings that distress us are our inner self saying, I need your attention, I need something from you. So envy and petty, that this woman was getting something I wasn't getting,
I realized it wasn't about her at all. It was like, what do I think she's getting that I want for myself? I'm going to give it to myself. And so I have not been jealous, seriously jealous, for 30 years. So even if I was monogamous, though, jealousy would be good to get rid of because it's about my security, not about the person. So I healed my jealousy. I didn't make sure I got to the bottom of what was actually manifesting as jealousy, what was really going on. And then I lived in a 3-way marriage for 20 years. And I didn't call myself polyamorous then because I didn't have the word. I thought an open relationship was swingers, but the relationship was built on saying it was going to die no matter what. Porn did not kill it. I picked the wrong 2 people. I was very young. Read the book later. With my current relationship, I now of course have the word poly in I consider myself polyamorous. My husband is less poly. He is we're more open. So we are fully into fucking each other, having sex with each other. We have threesomes with other women whenever possible. If we can find another compatible couple, we absolutely like having foursomes. And I really, really support his having partners when I'm not there because they share something that I can't share with him, and I want my partner, I want him to have all of the facets polished, and I want other women to experience being alone with a really competent, dominant partner. If you're into the DS thing or the power exchange thing as a submissive female, my husband is the bomb. He is the bomb raw. He e-ticket raw. I want you should try to have some of him because I used to be a single woman dating him. No, he's like, dude, you gotta try it because he's really good. He's been doing this for 40 plus years. He's really good. And so when I left my first partners after 20 years and increasing unhappiness, I told myself I will be single and have lovers and cats until I'm dead before I will deal with the potential partner again. I don't care. I don't care. No, I really don't care. I don't care how good you are, smart you are, rich you are, cute you are. If you think you own this, I don't own yours. I don't offer monogamy. I don't require monogamy. I require respect. I require good sex from you. You have to have some kind of connection, but I don't require that you keep that just for me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So we're not as, I could cohabit with a group of people. He likes to live with just me and have fun on the side. I'm fine with that. So now I get to say poly. And what's really great, and I see all these under 30s who were like me when I was raised, but now they have poly. There's a community, there's a tribe, there is a place for them to go, as opposed to what's wrong with me, I get to pick one or the other. It's like, no, you're poly. What I love about poly, it's not about having sex with everybody. It's about allowing for the variance of emotional connection and having different emotional relationships of different durations, intensities, meaning, depth. I love it because my husband is not a woman. And I'm bisexual, and he's not vanilla, and I like vanilla. He's not a switch, and sometimes I like to be a top. So instead of looking at him and going, oh, what's wrong with him? He's not this, and this. I can look at him and go, you are so perfect in who you are. And here's someone for you because I love knowing that you're. I don't even have to know what they're doing when I'm not there. I don't need a blow-by-blow count. I just need to have fun. Excellent. So for me, healing my jealousy was more a selfish act. I wanted to have the sex life I wanted to have. And for that, jealousy had to go. That being said, some people don't even want to look at the jealousy. I have a right to it, and you have to change your behavior so I don't feel uncomfortable. But I urge everybody to look at their feelings, because their feelings are balloons from their inner selves. Their feelings are trying to tell you something. And so jealousy, feelings are never about the other person. They're always about you. Our lives are always about us. And so, but if I make it about you, then I don't have to examine my fear, my pain, my anger, my resentment, whatever is really going on. All that to say, a few years back, my husband, and we've been having threesomes for ages at this time, not a problem, and he met someone for whom he just went wild. It's like, wow, I hadn't seen him respond that. And my lip came out like 3 feet. And we've been having threesomes, we've been having solos. And he said, oh my God, I said, sorry, I will be with her if you don't want me to. I said, give me a minute, because I knew it wasn't jealousy. It looked like jealousy. It certainly, if you didn't know, it's like, oh, bitch, you jealous? And it's like, it wasn't that. But it took me 2 days to figure out what was it, because I didn't pin it on being jealous. I knew that was front for another emotion. And it turned out, in my case, for that situation, the emotion of grief, because I was grieving for the fact that it didn't matter what I wanted. There's a certain part of my husband that I cannot dance with. It's an important part of him. It's a vital part of him, and I have no. I don't have the frequency. I don't have the wiring. I appreciate it. I understand it. I want to be happy, but that thing isn't with me. He has other things with me that he values. He married me, not her, but at a certain kind of exciting to him that I'm not. But it took 2 days for me to figure out, okay, it wasn't jealousy. And then went ahead and had a fun affair. That was fine. But it was sorrow that, wow. And that's what you have to understand with people and relationships. And no one's at fault here. He is not deficient because he's not this way. I'm not deficient because I don't excite him that way. It just is. And in a mature relationship, you realize that it's never 100% perfect. We're 85%. But, you know, there's this part of him has to go dance somewhere else, and this part of me has to go be with my vanilla guy. And that is about the last time it happened, actually. When I realized that for all he loves a certain kind of partner, he recognizes that he cannot be in a relationship with her. They can go play and have a great, you know, peach melba time, but he can't make not a relationship out of her. And that's better because then they get to have a special, perfect thing. And we're the married couple.